been a day, what the fuck? Hey yo, Wagwanji, wanna play the Splatfest? What the hell are you doing? This ram tastes really good. Do you want to try some, mate? Why are you eating a laptop? You trying to install Windows 10 into your organs or something? Okay, so man's gotten viral in it, getting 300 likes in under a day, bruv. So man's buzzing so much from getting that viral, he's decided to eat a laptop from the mandem, watching the video in it, bruv. Fish and chips, pie and mashed tea and biscuits, bottle of water from Tesco's. You know what I'm talking about, G in it, bruv. What are you doing and why are you talking like that? I'm British, what do you expect? I live off of Tesco's sushi and eating technology, you piece of shit. Okay, so Splatoon 3 beta got released a couple of days ago, and honestly, my gosh, this game is so epic, I can't explain. The amount of changes and new mechanics they added to the game is honestly game-changing, and the change of rules for the Splatfest makes it 10 times more fun and interesting. For example, the tricolor turf wars and respawns are now so much different. This definitely makes the game feel more like a modern Splatoon game. This video will be explaining the differences between Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 and all of the brand new stuff they've added into the games from each of the different franchises. They're all very different games and I want to explain how each one and how the Splatoon universe has evolved over time. Also, 99.9% of you who watch my content are not subscribed. If you haven't already, feel free to do so. It's completely free, unlike buying some sushi from Tesco's, which is not free. Okay, so that's £4.20, please. It used to be £3.50. Are you taking the piss? Don't worry, it'll only be worse when Liz Truss is in charge of the UK government. Okay, so one of the things that I was worried about at the start of the game was it would be very similar to its counterpart of Splatoon 2, since it kinda did not bring anything new to the table with the new modes, just a new way to play the same modes from Splatoon 2, which are Turf War, Tower Control, Rainmaker, and Clan Blitz, and also Splat Zones. Those are all the main modes from Splatoon 2, but they're pretty much going to be in Splatoon 3. But damn, I was completely wrong. The game is completely different to its counterpart, mainly because of the new things that fans have been wanting for a very long time. For example, finally, a way to skip the news, because we all know how long that takes. And also, it's kind of useless because I can just check my phone for what stage is actually on right now, so, you know. Hey, but we got the latest iOS system on our Sea Cucumber phones. Who invented these phones again? Oh, it's not Steve Jobs, it's, Steve Roomy. I hate your Splatoon jokes, XK. Okay, so for the news today, since inflation has hit the Splatoon game too, Sheldon has implemented tokens instead of coins, which you will gain from winning games. God, I love inflation. A very big new feature of this world is the plaza itself, and my gosh, it is a big difference from the Splatoon 2's plaza. Splatoon 1's Inkopolis Square was very iconic and easy to understand, with a few small touches that I enjoyed, like Merch's Hideout and the shops along with the iconic satellite tower, which steals the show. Splatoon 2's plaza is very bland. It is as bland as Middlesbrough in the northwest of England. To be honest, the hub world does have some charm, like the Oxford expansion entrance, the simple and easy layout, and Krusty Sean, who would give you buffs by eating an overpriced Subway sandwich situated in the middle of the plaza. However, Splatoon 3 merges both of them to look like the size of Vatican City compared to the rest of Italy. I have gotten lost so many times, and the layout is so cool, and it actually looks like a fever dream with so many stuff going on. This definitely makes the plaza look a lot more vibrant, especially with the Splatfests. I can tell this is one of Splatoon 3's main selling points of this game, and my gosh, wandering around reminds me of being in London, and how lost I get in London. Bruv, we took the wrong train. We were meant to go to Abbey Road where the Beatles wrote music, not Abbey Road in West Ham, you mug. Hey yo, don't look at me innit. Google told me to do this. Well, you googled the wrong bloody thing. You're less reliable than Amber Heard's lawyers. Of course, there are the basic differences in each of the Splatoon games, such as the different stages, where some new stages and old stages are added into the Splatoon world. This time there would be 12 stages at launch in Splatoon 3, which is a lot better than Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2, which would only release with about 4 stages on their launch day. Splatoon 1 had some of the most iconic stages in the franchise, with some of my favourites being Flounder Heights, Moray Towers, Urchin Underpass and Salt Spray Rig, which by the way, is the best name out of all the maps created. Splatoon 2 had some of the maps return over time, such as Camp Triggerfish and Kelp Dome. However, when Splatfest came along with Splatoon 2, there was a big difference when it came to Splatfest exclusive maps, featuring some of the objects that were only exclusive to the single player campaign mode, such as adding tanks, rails, and even one map, which over time, as the game continues and plays, certain areas will be cordoned off, allowing for more tactical strategies to control these areas to gain the advantage over the opposing team. Even though Splatoon 3 will feature a mixture of new maps and older fan favourite maps from both Splatoon 1 and 2, which I believe is very epic, it seems that the exclusive Splatfest stages will not feature for Splatoon 3, which is something I could be wrong about since the game I did play was just a tech demo from recording, but if they did add any new maps with some of these features, it would be awesome because it would add another new dynamic feature to Splatoon 3. Weapons are another new feature that has been given spotlight in Splatoon, with the many different varieties of them. Like, remember when the game first came out and the roller was deemed overpowered? Yeah, wait until you see some of the clear dapple dualies. That would make them throw their Switch or Wii U out the window. When Splatoon 2 came out, it needed some refresh and some new mechanics to make the game feel different to its predecessor. This introduced the Splat Dualies, which was a new main weapon for the game, allowing players to roll and dodge attacks along with the Brella weapon series, including an entire 10. Hey yo, could you help me here? I need some defense here. Don't worry, I got you. Let me just use this tent. I was meant to use that for camping tomorrow, you blithering idiots. Splatoon 3 are doing something which I'm kind of glad, to be honest, and it's a very good move, which is basically add in all of the weapons from the previous Splatoon 2 game, along with changing the specials and adding in new weapons, including the Splatanas, which is a melee weapon which makes you feel like you're playing Splatoon in London, and the Stringers, which sounds like some cheese snack. Sub-weapons are also important as a backup for your main weapon, as without it, it is as useless as Harry Maguire's defending for Manchester United. For example, with the splat charges, you may want to outmaneuver someone who is chasing after you, so you would place a splat bomb to try and outsmart them and to obviously get them away from you. Splatoon 1 had the classic sub-weapons, splat bombs, splat burst, suction bombs, which would stick on walls. These 3 weapons will be featured in all 3 of the Splatoon games made. Splatoon 2 features some new sub-weapons too, some being less overpowered versions of their counterpart in Splatoon 1, such as the Auto Bomb. Splatoon 3 seems to have featured old sub-weapons and new ones that I'm aware of from recording, but I haven't fully tested them out, but one of them does remind me of Markiplier.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome back to Try Not to Laugh.
Special weapons are powerful weapons that can be used when charged by turfing ink. Splatoon 1 had extremely overpowered specials, which some have been implemented from the gamepad, such as the Ink Strike. There are also the Killer Whale, the Kraken, and the Ink Zuka, which some are extremely overpowered weapons that were added in Splatoon 1, which might have been why Splatoon 2 came along with, well, none of the returning specials. Splatoon 2 came along with all new special weapons which were more balanced and could be more strategized in the games. Specials such as the Splashdown, the Baller, the Tenta missiles which everyone hates, and the Ink Storm were some of the new specials that were added in the sequel. I found some of these specials to be less powerful versions than Splatoon 1, mainly especially the Stingray, which felt very similar to the original Killer Whale, and the Splashbound being similar to the Ink Strike, but they were a lot less powerful. Splatoon 3, however, added some amazing new specials, which were a mixture of both pre-existing Splatoon 2 specials and new Splatoon 1 specials. They had some returning Splatoon 2 specials in there, such as the Booyah Bomb, the Ink Storm, the Ultra Stamp, and some revamped Splatoon 1 specials such as the Triple Ink Strike and the Killer Whale 5.1 and Trizuka. The single-player campaign in Splatoon franchise has not always been the entire main focus of the game, as most people play Splatoon for its online competitive modes. However, the single-player campaigns have gone through a lot of drastic changes from all three games. Splatoon 1 solo campaign was set in the Octo Canyon and was a very generic single-player story where you'll play as Agent 3, who would team up with some old man and would try and defeat the stages and the bosses. And I think DJ Octavio is the guy who's the final boss, I think. Probably one of my favourite things about the single player campaign is that the hub world inside the campaign allows you to roam freely and find the levels in the world. This allows more freedom for the player to explore the surroundings of the Octo Canyon. Also, the single player campaign is not to be extremely difficult in Splatoon 1, as its main use is to teach the players on how to play Splatoon. Splatoon 2, however, has a similar approach for its original single-player campaign. However, it had a few new featured elements into its single-player campaign, and the story of the campaign has changed. This time, not just the grape sapfish has been stolen, because Callie was also kidnapped. Anyways, the gameplay in the solo mode in Splatoon 2 is very similar to Splatoon 1 solo mode, with just a few extra things and new stages. However, the single-player campaign all changed on March 2018 for the Nintendo Direct, probably one of the greatest directs Nintendo has ever released. Before they had revealed Smash Bros for the Switch and the entire internet was going into insane mode, Splatoon 2 released a massive update and a brand new paid DLC pack with over 80 stages which were more challenging and a brand new story. The name? Octo Expansion, where you can play as Agent 8, an Octoling. This time, it is the first time in the Splatoon game where you are capable of playing as an Octoling, and if you complete the Octo Expansion, you'll be able to play as Octolings in public battles, a first for the series. Splatoon 3 solo mode features what looks like the Octarian army, but they had decided to join the furry fandom. Agent 3 has joined the party, and along with her brand new Little Buddy, a new character which will play alongside you, also joins the party. Little Buddy will be able to help you on your journey, where you can yeet him into objects and it will help you solve puzzles and defeat enemies. Why do I have to be thrown to complete puzzles? Hey yo, do you want me to complete this game or not? I'm actually bad at puzzle games, lol. I don't care, just stop throwing me, you idiot. Now it is time to talk about one of the most important parts of the Splatoon world, the idols. There are 7 idols in the Splatoon world from Splatoon 1, 2 and 3. Splatoon 1 had the Squid Sisters, which featured top tier Squid girls Marie and Callie, which even though Callie is cool, Marie is 10 times better. Splatoon 2 had off the hook duo Pearl, who is beta forehead with most ugly character design, and Marina, who is the ultimate character because damn my eyes. Hey bruv, can you stop looking at Marina, you dirty-minded peasant? Come on, I bet you like this too. I mean, I do, but Splatoon 3 is the first in the series to feature not 1, not 2, but 3 idols. These 3 idols are Big Ass Forehead Lady, Shiver, which my friend Hanran says looks like Muzan from Demon Slayer, and the third is Big Man, which I will now revoke my favourite idol being Marina and now switch it for Big Man because he is peak character design. This is peak character design. You cannot say otherwise. You cannot disagree. No. Yes, you may believe Shiver is the better character. I will understand. They look like Muzan from Demon Slayer, who looks like Michael Jackson from the hit song Billie Jean. But Big Man is a god. You cannot disagree or I will come to your house. These Splatoon idols are extremely popular in the Splatoon universe. You know what else is popular in the Splatoon universe? That's right, Splatoon music. Splatoon music is very unique in the terms of video game music. Splatoon music is a mix of classic Japanese city pop and New York hip hop, which I have no idea how that works, but then again I did drop my music GCSE to study film production and games design, so I have no idea what some of this stuff is. Splat Attack, the OG Splatoon 1 song, is my personal favourite along with Calamari Incantation from Splatoon 1. Splatoon 2 favourites are The Girl from Inkopolis, Ink Coming, and Ebb and Flow. From recording, Splatoon 3 hasn't released fully their entire OST yet, but my current favourites are Anarchy Rainbow, Splat Attack, which is the Splatoon 3 remix one, and Candy Coated Rock. Splatoon music also is all made by in-game artists such as Wet Floor, Ink Theory, and Bottom Feeders, which all have their own style of unique music in the game. Finally, Salmon Run. Salmon Run was first introduced in Splatoon 2 as a brand new limited time mode where you would work for Grizz, kill salmons, and grab their eggs to put in a basket. To get these eggs, you have to defeat bosses, which will drop eggs when you kill them. Some of the most annoying bosses include Moors, which is like Jaws, but a salmon who swims in ink and appears from below to eat you like you are eating Tesco sushi. The Steel Eel, which is a long eel, and you have to kill it from behind, and the Stinger, who shoots a stingray at the player, which can easily be resolved by taking out the totem that it sits on. Splatoon 3's Salmon Run, named Salmon Run The Next Wave, features brand new and easy mechanics into the game, including a new way to throw the eggs into the basket or to other players. Plus new features such as after completing 3 waves, you might fight Big Boy Salmon, and on selected months, it might decide to invade Inkopolis and recreate the entirety of The Walking Dead. With Splatoon 3 just about to be released and I've just made my pre-order for the game, honestly, this game is exceptional. I personally believe that this game could have a shot at being one of the games of the year. I mean, it's probably automatically going to be my game of the year because it's Splatoon, and Splatoon is one of my favourite games, if not my favourite game of all time. I honestly can't wait for Splatoon 3 and what it has to offer in store with its brand new customization with name tags which allow you to make your name into a Discord user tag, lockers which allow for customization even though people wanted custom apartments, video replays of battles, a general store, dabbing, Yu-Gi-Oh card battles, pissing off half the population of France. This is all brand new features to Splatoon 3, and honestly, I cannot list all of them because this video would take way too long, but honestly, I cannot wait and I really want to make some content on the game along with making more memes, more videos, and just all brand new stuff for the future. And honestly, we can all agree, at the end of the day, Splatoon 3 will be the best game of the year. If the Splatoon 3 posts weren't filled with Among Us and weird shit.